Hi Aspen class, today I'm going to be reading you a story called The Three Little Aliens and the Big Bad Robot. And on our first page they have all the planets of our solar system. And this is what's called our title page. Once there was a mama alien who had three little aliens. They were called Bork, Gork, and Nickowicz. Bork, Gork, and Nickowicz grew up in an old-fashioned house in a snug, cozy crater on a tiny little planet. As the eons passed, their house got too crowded. It's time for you to go out into the universe and find a planet of your own, their mama told them, giving them each a hug. But remember, watch out for the big bad robot. It wants to chew you up. So Bork, Gork, and Nickowicz took off. Bye, Mama, they cried. Bye, kids, she shouted back. Always stick together, she added. Then she sniffled a little bit. And then call me every once in a while. Look at all these planets, and we got the three little aliens and their mama. The three little aliens traveled far and fast. There's a cute planet, said Bork. Too hot, said Nickowicz. How about that one, asked Gork. Too crowded, replied Nickowicz. They darted around a meteor. Are we there yet? asked Bork. Just past the next bend, a big planet swirling with dust loomed into view. Bork spotted a shiny space rover zipping around its mountains and plains. Awesome, she said. I'm going to live in that. Moss had to stick together, called Nickowicz. But Bork had already zipped too far away to hear. They're on a different planet now. Nickowicz and Gork traveled on. Nickowicz didn't like the looks of the next planet either. Nowhere to breathe, he gasped. Picky, picky, Gork said. Then just ahead, he spied a giant planet with a huge gold rings around it. He jumped on a passing satellite and caught a ride on a ring. Whee, he squealed. This is what I call home. We can't live on a ring that goes around in circles, yelled Nickowicz. We'll get too dizzy. But Gork wasn't paying any attention. Look at him on the satellite. Now Nickowicz was all alone. He traveled deeper and deeper into space until he spotted a massive blue planet far out into the galaxy. It had 13 moons and refreshing breezes. This far away place is where I'll build my home, he said. It will be safe from the big bad robot. Nickowicz found everything he needed to make sturdy walls. He gathered stardust to keep his home bright and found solar panels to keep it warm. Then he grabbed a tall, shiny telescope. This'll do for a chimney, he said, though no one heard him. Rock by rock, and now row by row, Nickowicz built the perfect house. When he was finished, he sat down and locked the door. His house was not very zippy or cool, but it was very safe, and there was room enough for all three aliens. I hope they come to visit soon, said Nickowicz. Then one galactic dawn, there was a rumbling in the universe. Creep, boink, meep, peedly, dee, donk, deep. It was the big bad robot. Oh no, the big bad robot. Bork was so busy on her swirly red planet that she couldn't hear the robot's call. She didn't feel its giant footsteps as it leapt from star to star. She didn't see the robot until it was right over her. little alien, bleeped the robot. Pull over, pull over. Not by the wheels of my trusty space rover, cried Bork bravely. Then I'll crack and smack and whack your house down, meeped the robot. And just like that, the robot cracked and smacked and whacked Bork's shiny rover into 100 pieces. Greet, boink, meep, peedly dee, dork, eep, eep. As fast as the speed of sound, Bork jetted away, the robot close behind her. Just as the robot was about to eat her up, she stopped. Gork Satellite's house. Gork, Gork, help me, she cried. But Gork was having so much fun surfing on the rings of the giant planet that he didn't hear Bork's cries. He didn't see Bork's chomping on comets and ripping open black holes until the big bad robot caught Gork Satellite in his huge metal claw. Little alien, it broinked. Come out of hiding. Not by the orbit of this ring I'm riding, cried Gork stoutly. Then I will shatter and clatter and scatter your house down, goinked the robot. Oh no, that's not very nice. And before Gork could fly beneath the radar that the robot clattered and scattered and shattered Bork's satellite into 1,000 pieces, greep, meek, boink, bop, deep, peedly dee, eep, eep. Gork barely escaped. Over here, called Bork. Stick together. At the speed of light, Bork and Gork blasted out into space, with the big bad robot getting closer all the time. Where can we hide? Asked Gork. Let's find Nickelwicks, cried Bork. He'll know exactly what to do. Nickelwicks had heard the robot's roar. He had seen what was going on with his brother and sister through his telescope, and he was ready. He flashed his solar panels halfway across the universe. There he is, cried Bork and Gork, and they zoomed to Nickelwicks' house as fast as a hurtling asteroid. Get inside, cried Nickelwicks. No time to waste. Look at the robot, he's chasing after them. No sooner had Bork and Gork slammed Nickelwicks' solid space rock door than they had heard the robot rumbling. Little alien, he squeaked. Let me come in. Not by the slime on my chinny chin chin, cried Nickelwicks. Then I will smack and crack and whack your house down, zeeped the robot. The big bad robot bashed and crashed Nickelwicks' strong, solid house. Nothing happened. Then it pounded and smashed really hard. Not a crack. Then it loaded up its triple blaster and zapped that house, but good. That house would not fall down. So the robot forced its way into the little alien's house, right down the chimney. The aliens covered their ears and waited for the robot to chomp them up. But halfway down the telescope, that robot got stuck tight. It strained and struggled. It moaned and groaned. Nickelwick's house shook and shuddered, but did not fall down. It did not. The robot gave one more mighty cry and burst into a million pieces. Cool, said Bork. Awesome, said Gork. Just as I planned, said Nickelwicks. There's just one thing missing, said Bork. Oof. Look at all three of the aliens. Phone home, said Gork. So Nickelwicks did. Ma, he said, we have the coziest story in the galaxy. Won't you come over and tuck us in? Is this the last page?